So today is our last day of having our readings from the prophet Jeremiah, and it's very fitting because we get to speak about Jeremiah and see the connection with St. John Vianney. Jeremiah is the prophet of lament, the prophet of sorrows because of his difficult message. And St. John Vianney suffered greatly. He did tremendous penance. He hardly slept, all those things, right? But these are not things that we can just will ourselves. It's something that God gives us and we respond, right? So to not go look for those extreme penances and sufferings, but they do come our way. But St. John Vianney had a very fruitful ministry, as we might know. People even from the United States would travel to ours. Before they even had planes, to go to confession to him. Huge lineups, and it's just a real blessing. And St. John Vianney had the heart of a priest par excellence that longed for the Lord, a heart for the Lord, a shepherd's heart. And in today's first reading, we have that reading of, I will give you a new covenant. Right? The only time in the Old Testament that word new covenant is put there is Jeremiah 31, verse 31. I will give you a new heart. So we come to Mass to receive that new heart, that heart transplant, to receive that grace to be able to love the way the Lord loves, to hate what he hates, and to have love for God and for his people, just as St. John Vianney had. Like I said, he didn't have it easy. St. John Vianney was born during the time of the French Revolution. He was born in 1786, just 3 years before it began. And this revolution began with rebellion against the king. They wanted a new society, humanistic values, all these good things that just went way overboard and became totally atheistic. And it was a revolution against religion, especially Catholicism. And St. John Vianney was really inspired by the dedication of religious. He was catechized by two nuns who had to run away from their convents because it was destroyed. They were nuns on the run, like they say. And the priests would do Mass in clandestine ways and hidden, right? Because if a priest was caught celebrating Mass, they could be beheaded or brought to sea and just left to drown. So St. John Vianney, whenever he went to Mass, he was really in awe of the priests, really willing to express their faith in heroic ways. And it could be very heroic for you guys to come to Mass today too, because it's very countercultural in some of the values that are promoted in society today. But the Lord can do great things with little things, right? St. John Vianney was like that Canaanite woman. He was probably very unlikely to have any effect because when he was in seminary, he was in his late 20s. And at the time, the students were like 15-year-old boys. He had a tutor. And St. John Vianney was really slow. Like, he was a simple person. Like, not that he was stupid, but he was really just more of a farmer. And there's a story of the little boy lost his patience because St. John Vianney just wasn't able to grasp the Latin or whatever he was trying to teach him. And the little boy slapped him. And St. John Vianney started crying, and he said, I'm sorry for being such a bad student. Right? And just that humility that he had, that littleness, the Lord was able to use him in powerful ways. That whole town of Ars was transformed by his convicted preaching, the confessions, his austere lifestyle, his dedication to prayer and to faith. He had a lot of difficulties. Or like I said, he was very simple, but he also had health issues. But that didn't prevent him from hearing confessions up to 16 hours a day and having like 4 hours of sleep. Again, this is not something that we can just will and take on ourselves, but God will give you that grace. And the enemy tried to distract St. John Vianney. There's accounts of his bed catching on fire one time. And one of our priests, Father Carlos Martins in Detroit, has a relic museum. He has a relic of the bed that was caught on fire. And I remember sharing that with one of the seminarians because I was like, oh, I didn't even know that relic was there. And he's like, it sounds more like it's a relic from the devil. But no, St. John Vianney did battle with the enemy. And the enemy changed his tactics. He tried to speak about, St. John Vianney, you have false humility, right? All these people are coming to you. What you need is a life of hiddenness and seclusion. So, several times the enemy tried to attack him, but he's just a great witness. I just want to close with a quote, or two quotes from St. John Vianney. You know, the great confessor said that God is quicker to forgive than a mother is to snatch her child from the fire. God is quicker to forgive than a mother is to snatch her child out from the fire. Right? A lot of you are mothers, and you can just imagine your child in suffering. Just God's love for us. God commands you to pray, but forbids you to worry. And I'll close with this one. Almighty God sends no trials without consolations. So brothers and sisters, let us persevere in our faith, whatever difficulty we have, and enter into this Mass to ask the Lord to give us a new heart, so we can do His will joyfully and with the consolations that He wants to give us.